Live from Studio 3, this is Packaging Today with Evelio Matos, Adam Peel, and Corey Connors.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? It is Monday, October 28th.
Wow.
Yeah. Whoa, let's get some lights on going on. What's up, everybody? We got 4 people up here. Look at that.
That's right.
We got Corey Connors,
Good morning.
Brody Vander Dusen,
Good morning.
and Evelio Matos. And Adam Peake.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Fine. I don't even want to be here.
He's here too.
My internet's not working very well today. I'm a little grouchy. I got a year older over the weekend.
Happy birthday.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you. It's the big 4-4. Is everyone's always celebrating that one.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
Was that a sad?
Wah, wah.
No, getting older is the best.
It's a celebration.
Yeah. It was an awesome day where I didn't do much at all.
I'm just glad to be the youngest one here. So
Wait,
That's Cap.
what about Brody?
No, wait. We said we're not doing that, right? We're not doing.
Oh.
we're absolutely
Please
not
no.
doing that.
Please no.
No,
No,
we're not. We're not.
sorry. No Ohio stuff.
No.
Although that is kind of the only like Gen Z slang word that is connected to packaging is Cap,
Yeah.
right? And Sigma. There's like a Sigma supply company.
Mhm.
I sat through a whole presentation about statistical regression analysis at the Flexo Technical Association show, and they kept
That
saying the
sounds
word Sigma. It's so interesting. I know. Does anybody else want me to break it down?
Tell us more, Adam, about Sigma.
It was an hour and a half long, and I did not know what was happening.
Well, I'd rather talk about something else.
Really?
My very
All
good friend
in favor?
and co-host, very excited.
Whoa, look at this.
Hey, there he is,
little,
Mr. Fox. Yeah. Hey, Ryan.
That's a new comment feature here on the show.
Wow. Ryan is
Charlie-
the first.
Charlie's been working.
Look, he's got corrugated behind him. He's like official.
Jeez, we got Brody. We got Brody on the show, and all of a sudden, everything gets cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie's working double time now. He's trying to get back on the show.
We call it the Brody effect. She has this very positive effect. So we should introduce her.
Yeah.
Or I should, as I'm very excited to introduce Brody Vander Dusen as the co-host of the Sustainable Packaging Podcast.
Yay!
Woo! Thanks,
Yeah.
Corey. I'm sure you can probably, hopefully, recognize me
Yeah.
from my nose up. Maybe,
Yep.
maybe not.
Yes.
Calm down,
They're-
everybody. Calm down.
They're
please.
going a little too crazy.
Yeah. This is a live studio audience, as we all know.
That's right. For sure.
Thank you, Chris. Brody, this is exciting.
How do you feel about aluminum being infinitely recyclable, Brody?
Don't go there, Brody. It's bait. Don't take it. Don't take
Okay.
it. Say you're
I have
excited.
a
I
funny
feel like
story
that was
about
a
that,
little
but I'll get to my story about that from my speaking engagement last week. But I do want to hear about Brody. I want to
Yeah.
hear about. We just met 2 minutes ago for the first time ever,
Same.
and so you are a co-host of a podcast with Corey Connors.
I am. As you guys know, it's the best. Working with Corey is so unique and so fun. And no,
Above average.
it
Above
really is. It's so much fun, and I think Corey
You can
has
be
such a
honest
gift
here.
for connecting
This is
people.
a safe space.
Thank you, Brody.
Oh,
You're too kind.
It's fun. It's been really cool.
Is this your lifelong dream to be the co-host of a packaging podcast? Because I grew up
It is.
when Evelio was growing up in Portugal on the coast of Malta. He told us like that's what he dreamed of. So is this like,
Mhm.
yeah, you would
It
sign
is.
your name as a young girl, like Brody Vander
Mhm.
Dusen, co-host.
Yes.
Sustainable Packaging
Yes. I'm sure my mom could probably pull out some school project that had, when I grow up, I want to be, and it was Sustainable Packaging Podcast co-host with Corey Connors.
With Corey Connors, even.
With
Whoa.
Corey Connors specifically. Yeah.
That's very intuitive because this is a new technology since you were young.
I know.
Yeah.
I probably should go get some lottery numbers or something like that. Predictability.
Well,
like that.
tell us more about yourself, Brody. Where are you from? What do you do for work? That stuff.
Well, I'm from originally Northern California, little suburb out of Sacramento, and then went to college down in Southern California where it's sunny and the beaches, you don't have to wear a sweatshirt. So NorCal beaches, I will say, are superior. But came down here and found a job and just stayed here. I ended up in packaging in this very weird, random way, as a lot of us do.
Yeah.
Other than obviously to set up for my podcast stream to work with Corey.
Right.
And so ended up in packaging and in more of a marketing role. And then that has just evolved, marketing or packaging really is super complicated and detailed. And so you could stay here for years and years and years and years and years and still learn something new. So I really liked that. I liked how challenging it was and fresh, and can say I've never been bored. And so then when Chris Bradley came to Aurora, he, really started the sustainability team and department and really, really pushed for that. And I am passionate about sustainability personally. So it was a really great opportunity to jump in and work on the sustainability side. So that's what I do now, managing our sustainable design lab up in San Jose. I'm an editor of our magazine, and then working through LCAs and EPR and all the other stuff internally and externally.
You're doing great things, Brody.
That's awesome.
Keep it up.
That's awesome. Hey, so just getting into some conversation stuff here. I just wanted to, all right, so I wanted to share this product. This packaging.
Here we go.
I don't know. It received an unawards this probably like 2 weeks ago. Not a lot of fanfare. Not everybody was like super excited about this, but I'm super excited about this.
Okay.
So
we're
is there a drum
ready.
roll sound effect?
Velia,
Yes.
we are.
There is. Let's see. Oh no, why can't I not share this? What's going on here? Charlie's about to lose it.
Charlie's fired.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so
Wow,
here we go.
the new features. StreamYard, come on.
Yeah. What happened to the old features?
Can we at least? I mean, the new comment, the new giant head comment thing is pretty cool. But we also liked the screen sharing. That was also a neat one that we would
Basic
like.
features. Yeah.
Wait, can I? While you're pulling that up, Avelio, is that all right if I tell my infinitely recyclable story about?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I got to go speak at. Yeah, we did we rehire? Yeah, Charlie was rehired, and that's why we're having the problems, Hugh.
Yeah, see what happens.
So I go down to Phoenix and spoke at the Velocity Institute, which was an absolutely incredible event. I was not aware of it. So Chris and Lorraine Durham put it on, and it's for retail owned brands. And I got to speak about sustainable packaging. So I spoke on Tuesday, and I got on a soapbox about infinite recyclable aluminum, not planned in my talk. I just had a can. I had water, and it said it on there, and I was like, anyway, I just kind of went off about it. So then the speaker on Wednesday, who was not there for my talk on Tuesday, from a large retail brand, and everyone was paying attention, goes through like the iteration of some of their water packaging, and she was like, and we were really excited when we went into aluminum because aluminum is infinitely recyclable, and everybody is staring at me in the room laughing, and I'm like, this, she has no idea that I just. So the moral of the story is, if you're going to speak at a conference, be there for the whole conference as best you can, because you're going to
or leave right after you speak. Yeah,
or just leave right after you speak. That's correct. But yeah, it was. I didn't know about the event, and so Avelio, I was actually the JV squad, so they asked Avelio to speak first, and he was just like, "I'm too busy," and so he gave him the Heisman.
I'm so important, like that kind of stuff. Oh, there you go.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Right, keep going.
No, it's fine. Anyway, I'll just say, like, if you're able to attend, and they've got a big thing happening in Chicago after the PLMA show, November, I think it's 19th. But private owned brands are crushing it right now in the market and doing some really powerful things. And somebody
Mhm.
did stand up and said, if you want to impact sustainability from a retailer perspective, the easiest thing to do is look at the brands that you own. You can't really control necessarily all of the other brands, but you can control your own brands. And it's like 30 something % of the store now is retail owned brands. So thought that was pretty insightful.
That is.
Yeah. No, for sure. You can definitely if you can control anything, it's what you own. So
Yep.
do that. And a lot of these brands are now starting to innovate, and the non-owned brands are actually starting to copy in order to be able to stay, keep up.
And that was their whole thing, right? Is like retail owned brands or private label brands need to lead the way. The whole point is like be bold and don't just follow trends, but go set the trends because you have the data, your consumers, go do it. So it was an amazing event. 10 of 10. There was like 100 people in the room, and it was like I got to sit next to the CEO of Fair Trade certified coffee. And he shared his stories, and we connected up and went to dinner. And I'm like, what events do you get to do this with? Like high impact people are at these events. So Whole Foods,
Those small
Walmart.
events can be lots of fun. Yeah.
As opposed to the other events that you go to that are low impact people.
No, I'm just saying, like, like people.
2-point burn. Yep.
Yeah, that was harsh. It's like the word actually, when someone's like, this actually tastes good. It's like, what was your expectation?
Right.
Mhm.
Or it's like the cereal, right? Where it's like now made with.
Yes, we did.
Right.
We did go through that.
Now it's healthy. Sorry for all the years of poisoning you. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I would. You're right. That's an improper phrase because everybody has an impact. I mean, people with the power to make change immediately. That's what I mean by that. We're at this event, so it was cool. And obviously, we're all going to be at Pack Expo. I'm not trademarking the phrase infinitely. If I had trademarked it, I'm pretty sure somebody else has that trademark, Chris.
No, so all right. So I just want to share this company.
Let's go.
I love this packaging. Yes, it's plastic. Sorry, but I effing love this packaging. This is the Little Potato Co. Co stands for company.
That's not corrugated. No, it doesn't.
Not corrugated.
No.
These guys have taken like the most boring product ever and made it fun and made it cute. And I don't know, at both the grocery stores that I go to, they've got displays where they've got like all the different flavors of potatoes, right? They've like the purple ones, the white ones, they've got like a combination of them. And they all have these characters. And the amount of people that stop and the amount of bags of this potato stuff that I see in their carts is insane. The other option is you get like the big plastic bag that just has potatoes on it, and it's full of potatoes, and it's not fun, not cool.
It's brilliant.
And it's changed like this brand completely. Like how cool is this in terms of like making something boring interesting? That's what packaging does.
Yeah. Turning something that used to be a commodity into something interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, and they're even older than me. So, old people can be cool too.
I love how the colors of that too match the potato colors without it feeling out of place. It still feels natural. It still feels authentic to the product, but is colorful enough compared to the brown sacks that all the other potatoes come in.
Right.
Yeah, like the other ones feel like dirt, where this feels I don't know, it just feels fun. It feels clean. Like I want this in my kitchen. I want to display this, and you can see like all the different varieties. When you see a big display of this, it's so colorful and just engaging. So I don't know. I thought these guys were deserving of a packaging award of some sort.
The prestigious award, Avelio, that you gave them. The unaward.
Yes, the unaward.
The unboxed.
I love these guys. If you see these guys out there, check them out because these guys are amazing. I'm trying to get them on the show so we can kind of get into comparison of what happened before versus now, because previously they just had regular old potato packaging, right? And that's the last thing you want to do is have regular old potato packaging. So I don't know. Just a shout out to Little Potato Co.
I think it's genius. And I love seeing brands that take kind of like old developed areas
Mhm.
and have fun and take a chance with their brand. And
Mhm.
it's silly to think like, how has nobody else thought about this?
Right.
Yeah.
There's one Sucker Punch pickles that just like found a format and went like had like the old school like boxing things on their pickle packaging, and that stands out. I mean, I think that the retail shelf gets a little boring,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I love it when brands take a chance and it works. I'm sure there's stories that we don't ever hear about
Yeah.
of brands that take a chance and they go out of business.
Right.
Yeah. No,
Well,
but
even like the soda shelves right now, all the probiotic, better for you sodas, that minimalist but bright colors really stands out compared to the big companies. So
I agree.
I mean, it's enough to draw your eye, and you pay more attention to those than others.
yeah, absolutely. I had a chance to work with United Soda Co. And Center Design on some of their packaging, and that was at the beginning. I was like, wow, this is like so minimalist, and now you just see it everywhere. And they're giving out fridges with preloaded to grocery stores, and it's like an amazing end cap, just the color, the brightness, and like why didn't somebody else think of this before? So
what's cool about that stuff too? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Brody.
I was gonna say I saw an article this morning about an upcoming trend in 2025 for packaging of almost going the opposite direction of, they call it like chaos branding, so that you have this, like, as companies start to go towards this minimalist, like how do you stand out from that? And it's chaotic and a lot to look at. And I'm really curious how it, the example they used was a dog food company.
Looks crazy, right? Yeah.
Yes. And I can't help. Yes, this one. And I think that it's really cool in some ways, but in others, I don't know if I would know what that product is in some ways too, if it's on the shelf. But I'm
Right.
really curious to see if we'll see kind of more of like the really extremes in 2025, whether it's this and there's just, a lot going on, or it's, things like Poppy and the others.
Yeah, no, this is really about what's this guy's name? Is it Burt Ward?
See the original Batman or something?
He was the original Robin on Batman. And like his packaging is ridiculous, like super ridiculous. I mean, it looks like all these layouts of these of this article, but it's even, you can kind of see it here. It's kind of like Dr. Bonner's.
Yeah.
Over the top.
Oh yeah, lots of verbiage and yeah.
But I feel like the difference between those two is like Dr. Bronner's has been doing this for a very long time. It's not a trend. It's just their brand, right? They've had all the verbiage everywhere, but it's laid out almost in like a clean way. There's line, and yeah, the lines kind of move, but like that is chaos. I mean, I don't know what that would look like on shelf, but maybe it's eye-catching, right? Like, what the heck is that? Because it just stands out so much.
It's so busy. Yeah.
I can tell you, I was super stoked on Dr. Bonner's, and I would use it until somebody told me to stop using it. And the reason they told me to stop using it was because I smelled like vomit. Like,
Well,
they have other
personal chemistry and that soap combined after being out in Arizona, getting a little hot and steamy, it smelled like vomit. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. And then I got I went into my room. Like, I don't know. I just remember like a couple of days later, like I went into my room and I walked out and I walked back in. I'm like, oh my God, it smells like vomit in here. And then I smelled myself. I'm like, oh my God, it's me.
Yeah, it's not the soap. It's not
Sorry for everybody that was around me for that good month of Dr. Bonner's.
I'm just glad somebody else told you.
You got to be honest with people, man.
Yeah.
That's
a good friend. Whoever told you was a good friend.
They were a great friend. I think it's a great point though, Brody, about the kind of that trend, because the pendulum does always swing back and forth. And it was only a matter of time, I think, probably before we saw that. It also makes AI graphics a
Mhm.
little bit, more, I don't, just doable, right? If it's like we can
Mhm.
just have pure chaos. That's a lot of what AI, 7 fingers on a person. And if you're just going to make it, you can probably start to just create
Yeah.
AI packaging artwork,
Yeah.
and not even have to edit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like this packaging though, Hugh. Um,
It is nice.
yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff happening on here. And then it's got a zipper on the side, according to Hugh, that you can tear to be able to recycle this infinitely, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Is that price real? It's $60 for 12.
Yeah, it's a fizzy probiotic drink. So
Don't you care about your health?
I love health.
damn it,
I
Corey.
do. I love it. $60 much. Yeah.
Well, it's $5 a can, right? And
Your math is excellent.
thank you.
I've always liked that about you, Adam.
I'd actually like
Exactly.
I'd like to go into statistical regression analysis portion of the show right
Let's
now.
talk about how you got to that number.
sigmas and deltas. So it also involves pi.
Ah,
No, I was gonna say I had Richard Taylor on the show on the Packaging Box show a couple of weeks ago from Brandon Design, and we were just kind of talking about like what products are kind of the same thing as the potato. Like, what are some generic products that are ready for disruption? And we were talking about fiber. And we're like, all right, nobody's done fiber well. It's like, who could be the liquid death of fiber? Because it's like, fiber's like all about being, it's like brown and green and just boring colors.
being
And
regular.
Crap. Just all about crap.
It is. It really is. That could be a tagline for a fiber company. But these guys showed up in my feed, and it's Bellywell, and it's all fiber.
Does that say Belly Bestie? Is that their tagline?
Belly Welly,
Can you
and
slow
then
down?
Scroll. Yeah, it's your
Meet
belly.
your belly bestie.
And it's like, and they show it like mixed drinks, right? Like tropical drinks.
Oh man,
Which,
put a little vodka in there, and
again
life's
makes it kind of cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's like hot mom.
They look like they're having fun,
juice, right? Like it's the same as Metamucil, but cool.
Yeah,
But Metamucil's for your grandpa, and this is for your young lady friend.
Yeah.
Because everyone has to poop, right? Like everybody needs to.
That's the thing, Adam. Everybody poops. We need to talk about that. Yep.
So why not just make pooping sexy? Is really what they're trying to do here.
100%.
I don't know.
You tried.
But their ads probably kill it on Instagram because we know that so much scrolling happens while sitting on the throne.
Yeah.
And,
right. We should work with Hugh and make his maple syrup the maple syrup of liquid death, or the liquid death of maple syrup.
Other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Bellywell is doing some cool stuff.
That's a neat brand.
I would say I did go to the store in one area that I think fiber is that's an awesome example. Surprisingly, I felt like the protein bar section with this like heavy emphasis on protein is pretty same.
Gold.
Like there's a lot of sameness, and even like this one, I don't think from a packaging standpoint is like different.
This is like everywhere. Like everybody's talking about how great this packaging is, blah blah blah. I don't feel it. These guys launched RX Bar. That was cool. That was different.
That was cool. Yeah.
I have a question now for the three of you. I feel like the protein bar market is aimed mostly towards men. And so I think that the packaging, maybe a concern with the packaging is that they don't want to be playful and fun because that's not their target audience, quote unquote,
They wanna be tough or
traditionally.
something. Yeah.
Right? Where Belly Welly or whatever that last example was obviously aimed towards women. And even the potato company also aimed towards moms making dinner. I mean, on the pack it said for a busy night, easy dinners for a busy night. Traditionally, moms do the shopping. So I'm curious how you as men feel about this, where we're looking at some examples that are traditionally marketed towards you guys, and you guys are saying that these are ones that are primed and ready for disruption. Like, how you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I think I think kind of going off the fiber example, where fiber was traditionally marketed towards old people, and then it was like, wait, everybody kind of needs fiber. That's sort of the general principle is, can you break the idea that men want protein? It's like, because I think that, women also eat protein and need protein for their diets and things like that.
Absolutely.
So is there a brand that is like Go Macro might be the closest that I've seen, where their flavor profile and their colors are unique, and they put them in a molded fiber tray and not in a traditional SBS tray. So that does stand out a little bit more. But it just feels like that's a space that's like ready for something new and different. And I agree with you, Velio. I don't think David, I don't get it. I mean, it's 28 grams of protein, which it's like double the amount of protein.
Yeah.
So maybe I think that's the big play. That's the reason why you're seeing so many people talk about it. Also, the founder story.
They're getting pretty specific on the packaging, but it goes from RX bar, which RX bar was like super small. RX wasn't, had nothing to do with had nothing to do with the pharmacy. It had everything to do with CrossFit, right? It was all about your RX for the day. And then, they made RX super small because once they went big, your everyday person that doesn't do CrossFit doesn't know what RX means. So they're going to think it's some kind of
medical.
Yeah. So that's why it's like super subtle. And then they just broke down, it started always started with egg whites because people were looking for protein, and it's like, oh, egg whites are actually in here, but it's really egg white powder, right? Egg white protein powder, just like whey protein. It's just, you're just loading up on protein powder. It's all this stuff. And then this one, it kind of breaks down the 28 gram, like you're saying. And then just the difference in color is just this little square. I don't know. There's not a lot here. Hugh did say, it's kind of like the old Power Bar.
Yep.
Well, now that he says it, and I'm like, yeah, now I can't unsee
that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was the first thought I had when I saw it. And to me, like, the old Power Bar tasted like garbage.
It did. It had like that.
So why pull back that into the packaging when, like, that's the first thing I thought was, oh my gosh, I bet this tastes like super proteiny garbage, and I'm gonna need Belly Welly afterwards.
Yeah. So these are 12 bars for $39. How much is that, Adam? Quick.
Dude, carry the 5, divided by $3.62.
Oh,
I don't know.
man.
I don't know if that's true or not. Let me see how close.
We're just gonna take your word for it.
Times 12, $43.44 is what I would have come up with.
Yeah, I don't know. They're making a big deal about this, but yeah, the RX bar guys, I mean, they sold for a couple $100 million.
Did you ever see their original packaging versus their new packaging that really took off? It's an interesting case study there.
Yeah, for sure.
Packaging is so important to sales.
Yeah,
I think Brody's right. It's very masculine packaging, but then they have a woman eating the David bar, and that's, so I don't know, mixed signals there.
Yeah, I think this one they're trying to kind of cover the market with who they're addressing. The founder says that they're not addressing the protein market. They're trying to address the people that don't eat protein bars and bring them in.
Smart.
Interesting. Then why highlight how much protein you have?
I don't know.
Like, that's the thing. It's like, It is a super confusing thing. And I do think there's a lot of stuff on there because of the controversy. Not because I don't see a lot of people who are like, this is great. I see people who say like, hey, kudos to them for doing it. By the way, we should bring back kudos bars. Those were delicious. I don't see a lot of that going out. I see a lot of like, oh, but look at their ingredient list and this is crap. And oh, the packaging is cool. Oh, the packaging sucks. So I think controversy creates attention, but is it going to sell? I don't know.
We'll have to do a taste test show.
Yeah, there's a lot of options today. So who knows what people are going to pick. That's it for the show, guys. It's time to wrap up. Brody, thanks so much for being on here with us and being silly.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, it was great to meet you. Everybody, just if you got any questions on packaging, David, Brody, throw it in the comments. We're happy to answer it. We'll be on here all day long, all day.
That's all we do.
It is all we do.
Kind of.
You got any last words, Adam?
Always.
The devil's in the house of the rising sun.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Check it out.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
Live from Studio 3, this is Packaging Today with Evelio Matos.